Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Well, hello. This is your host, Cindy Lee, over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Make sure that you follow me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And of course, go to YouTube and subscribe at Bucket List Coach Web Show. And when you comment and subscribe, you actually earn a 3-night getaway. Make sure that you go to 3nightgiveaway.com. So really quickly about me, I am a full-time travel agent and professional podcaster. And I created this page, this broadcast, to share what I'm doing, making the most of the dash. So you may ask, what is making the most of the dash? So we have the day that we're born and the day that we pass away. What are you doing to make the most of that dash? So a really quick plug for National Day Calendar. Woo-hoo-hoo! Today is National Cinco de Mayo Day and Hoagie Day. Make sure that you go to nationaldaycalendar.com to find other amazing national days and national weeks. Also, we have international months as well. There's so many different ways to celebrate every single day. And so if you like to comment today, please go to streamyard.com/Facebook. So both platforms marry, and we could comment or we could post your comment. If you're on YouTube, you could just comment straight on YouTube and we could see your comments here. So really quickly, I love to introduce you to my friend Greg Sanders with the Max community. How are you doing today?
I feel fantastic. Thank you for asking.
So tell everybody a little bit about you, a little backstory, and then we'll kind of go into the whole Phoenix bucket list.
Well, yeah, I'd love to. I am a Midwestern boy. I grew up in Southern Illinois. Had a lot of friends who were farmers and worked in some of the the local businesses around Greenville. But my parents both worked for the university, Greenville University. So I was a faculty brat. I ran around the gym, and mostly the gym and the tennis courts around the university growing up. I went to school because of my dad's tuition incentives. I went to school at Greenville, used to be Greenville College at the time. I met my wife, Karen, there. Worked for churches for about 10 years, and I was a youth pastor primarily because I had a fantastic youth pastor when I was growing up that loved everybody, and I wanted to be like that. But then I got interested in being a teacher. I found out that Hawaiian luau's and all the fun stuff and the frolic of being a youth pastor, it was kind of okay for a while, but I really enjoyed teaching. So I got a master's degree in sociology and then a doctoral degree in sociology, and I taught for 30 years.
Wow.
Hillsdale College, Western Michigan University, and Greenville University, and I was a department chair. And then in 2016, I retired from the university work to start EasyCard, which is a mobile digital business card technology, and let's start a Max community. Yeah.
Well, that is so amazing. So we're gonna talk about Phoenix. So after you talk about your bucket list, I'm actually going to show everybody my Viator website where you could actually see all the different stuff that you could partake in, because it's so important to create a legacy with your family, with your spouse, with your friends. Because a lot of people don't want to spend $2 or $3 grand on a vacation, and why not just take an excursion, $50, $100? You're creating that experience with your family. So what are you doing in Phoenix to create those experiences?
Well, I never thought I'd come to Phoenix to go on vacation. And I'm really here because my family is here. I have 3 children who live here. I've been around the world. I've been to Acapulco. I've been to Cancun. I've been to Europe. I've been to Ireland. And, why would you come to Phoenix? Believe it or not, other than the weather, which is great, there are some really cool and affordable things to do in Phoenix. Some people have heard of Saddleback Mountain. People go hiking there. It's close to downtown Phoenix, so it's kind of a fun thing to do. It's a couple thousand feet high. Well, I live with my daughter and her family in Apache Junction, which is the east side of Phoenix. And right here we have mountains that are called the Superstition Mountains. You can see them from Phoenix, but they're actually 6,200 plus feet in the air. So they're 3 times as high as the Saddleback Mountains. And just a mile down the road here is the Lost Dutchman State Park. And so you can pay a nominal fee, go in there, park your car. You can go on the hiking trails up into these mountains. It's, if you go all the way up to the top, it's an all day thing. It's, kind of like a Pikes Peak experience. It's beautiful.
Nice.
There's almost a sheer rock cliff. You don't need picks or anything like that to get up it, but you need to have a little agility to get all the way to the top. And it's a good climb. It's good for a family. The first half is good for family and kids. And the second half is good for, young adults or older adults that are in good condition. Some people even camp up there. There's a big step or plateau at the top, but that's just one of the many, many things you can do. And down the road, a little bit further than the park, about 15 miles from where we are, is Canyon Lake. I put some pictures of Canyon Lake. We went boating there. We went rafting there. And if you've got your own boat, it's basically free. But otherwise, you can, rent a boat. There are a lot of options for going there for very little money and having the time of your life.
That is so awesome. So have you been to the zoo there? It's on the outskirts of Phoenix.
I've been
so
to the
amazing.
zoo. Yes, the zoo. I mean, it's different than, like the St. Louis Zoo or other zoos, but the arboretum here, there are a lot of things that are very, characteristic of desert life, desert flowers, desert animals, and it's pretty spectacular. Yeah.
Well, since we're talking a little bit about the Phoenix bucket list, I actually used to live in Scottsdale.
Okay.
And I actually was doing like some culinary stuff there, and just really enjoyed it. It's really like culinary mecca there. Lots to enjoy, a lot of wine, a lot of great restaurants. What are some of your favorite places that you've dined at, either in Phoenix or in Scottsdale?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in a little town of 7,000 in Southern Illinois, we were praising God when we got one McDonald's in town. I remember when we got our very first stoplight. So there weren't a lot of dining choices there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's Vietnamese. I remember the first time I went, I thought I knew what Chinese and Asian food was like. I'd even been to China, but then I ate some Vietnamese food, and it's like, oh my goodness, there's Asian and then there's Asian. Mexican restaurants here are fantastic. And of course, mm-hmm. There's some that are mediocre, but there's some that are just out of this world great. Yeah, great cuisine.
I'm trying to think of the name of it. I think it's in downtown Scottsdale. Tortilla Flats. Is that still around?
Yeah, I've heard of Tortilla Flats. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a really nice Thai restaurant too, like right down the ways there, a couple blocks from Tortilla Flats. I can't think what the name of it is right now, but I'm gonna have to do another show that's basically just on restaurants.
So, that would be good. Yeah, specifics, right? Names, locations, and dishes. But I mean, just for lunch today, I had a fantastic rice dish that had guacamole and it had various kinds, but the seasonings were unusual and they were mm-hmm. unusually good. That was a restaurant in the Mesa area, for lunch. And then I came back to Apache Junction. So just everywhere you look, there are great options for food.
Now, was that place a more Tex-Mex or is it more Mexican?
It was a it was more of a Tex-Mex type place. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So we have about 10 minutes left. Is there some other things you want to talk about, or you want me to show you the website?
No, I mean, I think that, when you go places, there are a lot of reasons why you go on vacation. Mm-hmm. And for me, I like going on vacation where I have family there, because then if I want to go climbing or hiking or boating, I can do it with my daughter, with my grandkids. I have slipped away with my wife before just for, a private vacation in Mexico. But it's a different, some people call it a staycation. I think it's like a hybrid between a staycation and a go-cation, because mm-hmm. if, you're really going away from your hometown, but you're landing someplace where you've got family and then doing things in the area there that are very affordable. And that, for me, if you go to the place where everybody else is going, it loses a little bit of its luster because it's so packed with people. And there's some wonderful attractions. So yeah, we can go to the website now, but I like, the kind of the in-between hybrid vacations. So
yeah, let me open that up here. So this is my website. This is Viatars, one of the largest excursion companies. And they actually are a part of TripAdvisor. So here's some stand-up paddleboard rental. Yeah, I actually would like to do that. I'm trying to learn that here in the Huntington Beach area. I actually learned to surf, but I want to do the paddleboarding lesson as well. And look at this Instagram tour of Phoenix. And I know like a lot of companies are doing that now, like in Hollywood or in like downtown Austin or San Antonio, Texas. There's some really cool stuff.
Sure.
There's a mountain bike tour. There's a Legends bike tour, a biplane, a little kayak rental. So many different things. Like right here, I'm a big water person. So here's a sea life aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
That's $16. So just all these different things that you can enjoy. And some of these are a little bit more, like this one here is 154. It's a Tombstone and a Mission Day trip for Phoenix. And some of these are a little bit more, like if you do the ATV, here's a kayak rental, $41. So there's just so many things that you can do on the local level. And I think that's really important to get out to everybody, because a lot of people are afraid to travel, but
Sure.
there's so much in your backyard, in your local. And not only that, you're paying it forward to that small business. You're getting, more people to their brand. So I think that's really super important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I definitely want to get you on my other show. Today was just a short show, just kind of talking a little bit about Phoenix. Is there anything that you want to tell my audience for families who want to make the most of that dash?
Yeah, you got to decide what's most important to you. And I think a lot of times we just like do survival things, right? We work, we make money, we go pick up the kids, we make supper, we clean the dishes. But to punctuate that with fun and leisure time and making memories with your family is so important. We just discovered a videotape, Cindy, of my kids when my children were under 10 years old. My oldest kids, they're in their 30s and 40s now. They're under 10 years old. We just found it last week cleaning up the house in Illinois. It was a VHS tape back when you had the camcorders. You put a full-size VHS test, in there. And we made a memory. So I guess my suggestion would be that when you're doing the fun stuff, get out the iPhone, get out the video camera, record that stuff and put it in a safe place, because it was an hour of sheer delight and entertainment. The kids seeing themselves when they were younger, and kind of yelling at each other and having fun together and running around the house. And it was priceless. But yeah, go for it. Put it on your bucket list and just enjoy it to the hilt.
Well, I want to mention at Mary West, I actually tried to connect you guys, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago to one of your Zoom calls, and it looks like Jill connected you as well. So that's really a great relationship that's going to go amazing ways. She's so great at giving referrals, and she loves to give referrals.
Wonderful.
Saying that, yes, making memories with family is so priceless.
Hi, Mary. It was fun visiting one of your groups. It really was.
I'm actually speaking on her event tomorrow at 1:00.
Good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cindy. It's been my pleasure to be here today.
So I'm going to pop you in the green room, and then I also want to look at some dates here in the next couple months to get the Max community on my Ask Cindy Connector Friday podcast. I really would love you on there.
Excelente, senora. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll pop you. Just wait about 30 seconds. I'll see you in there.
Okay.
Well, awesome, guys. Make sure that you check out the Max community. You could actually check out Greg's link. It's so important to build relationships. And another thing that you could actually do is when you're meeting people for the one-on-ones, get to know them outside of that one-on-one. Go to dinner with them. Find a local excursion to enjoy together. So it's not just business. It's also about creating a legacy with our online friends. Get off the computer, get off that phone, and create those memories. So next I have Donna, and she's with Dana Wharf, and we're actually talking about the sports fishing and the amazing dolphin and whale watching. So we'll see you here on the other side. Shaka, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo.